How do you feel about Trump visiting and talking to the president?
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah, he was invited and made the trip and sat down and talked with the leader of Egypt.
They have Republican views and think that Trump is actually better than, or no, not really. I mean, the guy said that he's gonna not allow Muslims in this country.
No, he's going to vet them. I mean, he said he wants good Muslims. He wants people that love America.
Yeah, we're gonna say the Coptic Christians all love Trump.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the whole war on terrorism has been a hoax to begin with.
Yeah.
To go ahead and demonize a whole class of people and use them to bring down Western civilization. And that's the plan. I mean, if you look at Cloward and Piven, the Cloward and Piven doctrine was, indeed, they asked, well, how do you bring down a country like the United States? How do you bring down a large democratic strong country? It's hard to do it from the outside, right? Because they're strong, they unite. So what they proposed was this. You create a bunch of brush fire wars, and then create a lot of refugees. Allow those refugees into your country to overwhelm the welfare system and bring down the country from the inside. So that's what this open border policy that has been being followed over the past several decades. It's been followed. And it's been greatly enhanced and expanded, since 9/11, which was a total false flag. 19 hijackers from Saudi Arabia did not do that. You know that, right?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, there's another side, there's all different sides to immigration. We're all immigrants and we contribute to the economy.
Yes, but you have something to contribute. It's one thing to be a legal immigrant, it's another thing just to walk across the border and go, I don't know nothing, and then overwhelm the welfare. Right now, the people they're bringing in are overwhelmingly Muslim, yet they're persecuting the Christians, which doesn't make sense. If they're cutting off Christians' heads, why aren't we bringing them in instead of the ones that are cutting off their heads? And then it's already been, and if you look at it, it's sort of like the Skittles thing you brought up.
Well, like,
The Trump son. They've already said they're going to use this immigration policy to bring in sleeper cells. So if half of 1% of 50,000 means we get, 250 suicide bombers, is that worth the price? I mean, we have to find out who's coming into the country. We gotta know who's coming in. Look, my family, like you did, came in legally. Went through the process. Okay, good. But they just came out the other day, 800 questionable, immigrants were let go by the Department of Homeland Security. They just lost them. As I'm saying, it is the powers that be. It is our very powers that be, a very government we are supposed to trust into that are now trying to destroy us. The mechanisms in place were put in place a long time ago to create this situation.
Yeah, I mean, my problem is that when you start to pin every single problem that you have on a very small minority of radical people, that's kind of
Miss Lawyer, you just used the words, a very small radical group. What's wrong with pinning the problems on a very small radical group that are bombing us? No, we're not saying that. Trump has never said that. He has never said that. He says at this time that's where they're coming from. We don't have Christians walking into malls and going, I love Jesus, boom, and blowing themselves up. We don't have Christians getting in trucks and driving over 84 people. We have people going, Allah Akbar, boom, 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 boom. That's who we have, and that's who we have to vet. That's apples and oranges. And if you want to bring that up, then let's look at the George Soros-funded riot that's going on right now in Charleston, because 70% of those people were bussed in. Plus, it's a black cop that shot a black guy. What the hell? And who had a gun? And these people are out rioting in the streets. Why? and 70% of them are from out of the town. So this is obvious contrived. George Soros put $54 million into the Ferguson riots. Who's to say he isn't doing the same here? It's to create, it's all about this, darling. It's all about divide and conquer. It's all about demonizing, like you say, different groups. The black fighting the white, fight the yellow, fighting the brown, fighting the, the red, and everybody fighting the police. So they can keep us divided. In the meantime, they're stealing us blind. Who? The shadow governments. The deep state, the ones that never leave. I mean, Kennedy talked about it in the speech that got Kennedy killed. I got it right there on the screen. If you want to listen to it, it's one of the most beautiful 5-minute speeches you will ever hear in your life. And he exposed the shadow government. He says there's a shadow government. He names them. There's a shadow government bigger than any other government. They have their own army, their own rules, and they never get held accountable. And he was exposing them. 2 months later, they blew his head off. These are the same people here.
Who are they?
Those are the same ones we already talked about 9/11 being an inside job. Okay, who are they? It's the same people that are creating this division right now. They were never held accountable.
Do you believe that 9/11 was an inside job?
Absolutely. It's undeniable. I mean, you're telling me that 19 hijackers or box cutters defeated a $1 trillion defense system? That we had planes flying around the sky for 4 hours and nobody, or 2.5 hours, and nobody was intercepted? Get the hell out of here. You're trying to tell me that a plane, a aluminum plane, flew through the Pentagon, 18-inch thick concrete walls, steel encrusted concrete walls, came out in the center with no damage where the wings were supposed to be? Come on, man. Thank you. Building number 7 alone. What northbound building number 7? No one's ever explained that. That building was from where we're standing to the other side of the French Market from the Twin Towers. Doused all 16 of our intelligence agencies and the mayor's emergency bunker. It was a fortress. It wasn't hit by a damn thing, and at 5:20 in the afternoon did this in 6 seconds. I mean, what brought it down? So to say we haven't held them accountable, those people that brought that down were not 19 hijackers. Yes. So if those people weren't held accountable, they're still in power. And they're the same ones that are creating the division now. They're the same ones fostering this, this whole...
When did they start?
Oh, God. They've never, where did they start? Since the beginning of time, they've been trying to suppress us.
Is this linked to the Illuminati?
Oh, yes, that's true.
That's the same.
Absolutely. It goes back to 2000. They're at the... Eisenhower warned us against the technotronic elite. Look at the speech that, it's a farewell speech of Michael Eisenhower. And he said there is a danger of the military and industrial complex and the technological elite forming together to form a technotronic tyranny. Well, what do we have right now? Everybody's walking around locked in. Locked in. We're locked in. We're plugged in. Everything is electronic. We're plugged into it. We have that. They have every Beanie, who is head of the National Security Agency. He's the highest whistleblower they have. Barrett Snowden, right? Was on Alex Jones' show, InfoWars, yesterday, saying that the thing that he quit, like the SWAT team for and everything, is because he was trying to warn them that all the back doors they were putting in around the world, all the technology that they were selling and renting, was going to come back to haunt us because anybody can hack into that and use it against us. Well, that's what's happening, but it's also not stopping the technocratic elites from continuing their march to suppress us. Because once they do that, once they get the self-driving cars, once they get the robots making everything, they don't need us anymore. They only need us for slave labor anyway. That's all they ever kept us around for. How did the pyramids get built? Slave labor. So they build it. But now that they got robots and machines and computers doing more and more and more of the work, we become what Kissinger calls the useless food eaters. So now you got guys like Ray Kurzweil and the other technotrons that are here that are creating monsters, forming us with machines and computers. Now the only ones that are going to be able to afford that technology are the only ones that they say are going to live. The rest of us die. They don't need us anymore. So this whole divide and conquer thing, this whole thing with Black Lives Matter is bullshit. And this man is trying to stop it.
How are you hoping to change that? How do you see that?
Well, knowledge starts it. I mean, get knowledgeable to this stuff. Don't just take my word for it. I'll give you plenty of information and places you can go to look up and back, and back up the things I'm saying. And then you can go from there on. Then you'll go, well, how can I use my talents to best fight this? You're a lawyer. You can figure it out.
You don't think this picture better be George W. Bush for crimes against humanity?
Yes. One of the things that pissed me off about him is one of the first things he did when he got in office was stop all the investigations into the criminality of the Bush administration. But that wasn't good enough. In August of 2013, when this son of a bitch was trying to get us to go to Syria on the side of Al-Qaeda, there were 2 civilian cases going to court that would have put the entire Bush administration in jail for war crimes. He stepped in and quashed those cases and then proceeded to give the entire Bush administration immunity for war crimes. So, yeah, that's why I got him. I don't want to post for adhesives. He's just a bigger criminal as they are.
He did that because he wanted to go back to Syria. He wanted to go to Syria and not just like
if you look it up, if you look it up, there were a bunch of military men that were holding up signs on the internet going, "I didn't join the military to fight on the side of Al-Qaeda." And one of the generals walked in and told Obama, said, "If you order us to do this, you're going to have a military coup in your hands." That's why he crawfished. He backed off on that. Because he was putting, now he's in deeper shit because the military hates him even more. There might be a military coup in this country before we see that, especially if they postpone the elections, which they very well might do. Oh yeah. I mean, Hillary Clinton is ill. She is sick as a dog. And so, if she collapses, they're going to look for someone to replace her. They're postponing the election.
Sorry, what's your name?
Mike DeBerry.
Joseph. Can I take your mic?
Or AKA Uncle Sam.
Hang on. Pick on
Well, thank you, Uncle Sam. Thanks for having us
guys
in this
would like
beautiful country to go around the city.
Here, I got some stuff you want to look up. This is architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth. 2,600, 662 the last time I looked the other day. Architects and engineers, some of the best in the world.
Say that it steel does not.
Yeah, let's put their names on a petition saying those buildings came down by controlled demolition. If you want to go to their site, you're their brethren, you'll be able to understand what they're saying. But they spell it out, they tell you those buildings came down.
Steel doesn't collapse this way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, brother,
Thanks
man.
so much.
Thank you very much. Enjoy.